Adoption of banking and finance by organizations. Understanding the role of financial services. Like we discussed, there are a number of institutions which offer different financial services. Now, let's dive into different roles they play and what are some day-to-day tasks that banking and finance professionals undertake. Bookkeeping. This is the most basic function of the finance department. It involves day-to-day recording, analysis, and interpretation of a company's financial transactions. This will include the tracking of all expenses, purchases and payments, and sales of finished products. These functions are increasingly becoming automated using solutions like SAP and Oracle. Strategic financial planning and analysis. This function is a bridge between a company's past financial performance and future projections. The team regularly creates strategic plans that forecast what financial results will look like in the future. A strong FP&A function will not only generate annual forecasts, but also run many scenarios that examine the effects of losing a big customer or an economic slowdown or recession. Treasury and working capital management. The key role of Treasury is to make sure that the company doesn't run out of cash. This means forecasting the upcoming working capital the company needs, investing money in short-term instruments, and managing currency risk. Working capital is the money used to cover a company's short-term expenses, including inventory, payments on short-term debt, and day-to-day expenses called operating expenses. Working capital serves as a metric for how efficiently a company is operating and how financially stable it is in the short term. Budgeting and forecasting. Budgeting is a process whereby future income and expenditure are decided in order to improve the spending process. It is the function responsible for selecting between the various uses of working capital and long-term assets. After all, most organizations have money available to invest in the business due to growing sales or reducing expenses. Hence, this function develops business cases to evaluate and identify the most effective projects to invest in. Risk management. In the financial services industry, this function is particularly central as most institutions run on a high amount of debt. Risk management takes a look at some of the key risks faced by the company, like currency risks, fluctuating interest rate, and legal challenges, and tries to quantify the possible impact. They predict and manage the risks so that the organization is cushioned against it. Corporate strategy. This is the area of finance where investment bankers and management consultants assist the financial department. Common tasks that fall to this function include sourcing and analyzing mergers and acquisitions, raising debt and equity financing, making capital structure decisions, and providing insight into decisions such as entering a new market. Tax management. Running a company involves paying tax, and it is the duty of the finance department to handle tax issues. This includes creating good corporate relationships with the government and ensuring that tax matters are resolved and expedited within the framed policies. A strong tax and compliance function will go one step beyond simple compliance. They will find ways to minimize tax so as to maximize the company's net income.